Have you ever pondered the profound significance of Holy Communion in Christianity? A question to embark us on a journey to understand the institution of this sacred rite. In the Christian world, Holy Communion, also known as the Eucharist, holds a place of paramount importance. The roots of Holy Communion trace back to Jesus himself during the Last Supper, an event etched in the annals of Christian history. It was here that Jesus, surrounded by his disciples, broke bread and shared wine. But this was no ordinary meal. The bread, he declared, was his body, and the wine, his blood. This act was a symbolic gesture, a representation of his impending sacrifice, and a covenant with his followers. This ritual was not just a singular event confined to that room. It was an institution, a tradition to be carried forward by his disciples and their successors. Today, across the globe, in churches of all denominations, this ritual is repeated week after week, service after service. The breaking of bread, the sharing of wine, continues to symbolize the body and blood of Christ. But it's not merely about the physical act of consuming bread and wine. It's a spiritual communion, a moment of reflection, of gratitude, of remembrance. It's a time to recall the sacrifices made, the love given, and the promises kept. It's a time to reaffirm faith and commit oneself to the teachings of Christ. This ritual, initiated by Jesus himself, has been perpetuated throughout centuries, a testament to its deep-rooted significance in Christian faith. Did you know that different Christian denominations have diverse interpretations of Holy Communion? Diving right into the heart of the matter, let's start with the Catholic belief. In this tradition, there is a concept known as transubstantiation. This belief holds that, during the Eucharist, the bread and wine are transformed into the actual body and blood of Christ, yet they still appear to our senses as bread and wine. It's a mystery that Catholics embrace wholeheartedly, reflecting their deep faith in the divine. Moving on, we have the Eastern Orthodox churches. They agree on what they call an objective change in the bread and wine. Like Catholics, they believe that Jesus Christ is truly present in the Eucharist. However, they choose not to define the exact nature of this presence, leaving it as a divine mystery that transcends human understanding. Next up are the Lutherans. They believe in something called sacramental union. In this view, while the bread and wine remain as they are, Christ's body and blood are truly present in, with, and under these elements during the Lord's Supper. It's a distinct perspective that beautifully captures the Lutheran emphasis on the sacraments as means of grace. Lastly, we have the Reformed Christian perspective. They believe in a spiritual presence of Christ in the Eucharist. For them, the bread and wine are symbolic reminders of Christ's sacrifice. They hold that Christ is spiritually present to the believer, but not physically present in the bread and wine. Each of these interpretations, while different, upholds the symbolic importance of Holy Communion. They all reflect a deep reverence for this rite and a shared belief in its role as a means of uniting believers with Christ and with each other. Despite the diversity in interpretations, all Christian denominations share a common understanding of the profound importance of Holy Communion. So, what makes Holy Communion so significant in Christianity? Holy Communion, also known as the Eucharist, is more than just a ritual. It's a poignant representation of the Last Supper and the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. It's a moment where bread and wine transform into potent symbols of Christ's body and blood, a powerful reminder of his selflessness and love for humanity. It's in these moments of partaking in the Holy Communion that Christians across the globe, from various denominations, find a common ground. Whether one believes in transubstantiation, sacramental union, or spiritual presence, the act of partaking in the communion serves as a unifying force. It's a shared experience that transcends the boundaries of language, culture, and interpretation, binding believers in a shared reverence for Christ's sacrifice. Moreover, the Holy Communion is a testament to the profound significance of remembering and honoring Christ's teachings and his selfless act of sacrifice. It is a sacrament deeply embedded in the Christian faith, a tradition that has been carried forward over centuries and continues to be an integral part of Christian worship. In essence, Holy Communion stands as a sacrament of unity, remembrance, and profound significance, deeply embedded in the Christian faith.